Casey's Audio Vault.
Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Deadman.
May 27th, 2008.
Hey, is Casey there, please?
Yeah, that's me.
It's Tyler from Theory of Deadman.
Eating some lunch?
Yeah.
What are you having?
I don't know, some pita thing. I'll stop eating.
Now, you guys just did Rock on the Range a couple weeks back. How was that? You know, playing with Kid Rock, Seether, Three Doors Down, Stone Temple Pilots?
We played on the day with Stone Temple Pilots and Disturbed, and it was awesome. It's great. The crowd was great. You know, it was only like 3 hours for the Canadian border, so I know it was the Canadian long weekend, and I think there was a lot of Canadians in the crowd. I saw Canadian flag being waved and stuff, so it was great.
Pretty good experience to play. Well, I guess you've done several of those festivals.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of those festivals in the last month, and we're doing a lot more.
Is it kind of nice to get back to doing the theater shows after the outdoor ones?
Yeah, it's a nice change, you know. Sometimes it's nice to go and do a headline set, and then sometimes it's good to go out there and play 45 minutes and just kind of play a rocket set, you know.
Now, the new disc, Scars and Souvenirs, it's the highest charting effort so far in the States. How important is that to you?
Well, I think it's more important to the label. I think the end is what we're looking at. 2 years from now, we're going to see where we're at. But, numbers and stuff like that, labels are really excited about chart positions and stuff like that. But for us, it's just we want to make sure there's people at the show and make sure people are reacting to our songs. And it's working, man. We're really excited. We're really happy that all the effort we put into this record is paying off. And, I think the most important thing is just to write songs for the fans, because that's how they're going to react.
Now, is that you on the cover of the CD holding X-Ray?
It is, yeah.
Have you had a broken arm before? Is that real, or is that more symbolic?
No, it's just, I guess, symbolic. It's more or less the emotional scars and souvenirs that I've acquired or had over my lifetime. But the old cover was actually the three of us each holding an X-ray. And we had to make sure that the label was putting male X-rays on there. They didn't slip in a female one, and someone would have picked up on it.
Have you had many broken bones in your life? Are you okay with blood and needles and that kind of thing?
I think I've only broken my nose.
How'd you manage that?
Oh, it's a good story. I was at a wedding, walked into a glass door or something.
I thought you were going to say you got punched in the nose.
No, I've been punched in the nose, but didn't break.
Have you been getting any new tattoos? Just looking on the inside of the CD, it looks like you're posing at one point here.
I just got one new one since the last record, one on my wrist that says All or Nothing. Just kind of something, my wife got the same tattoo. And just pretty much is how I want to live my life, Just go for it. Just go for it, and we actually have a song, All or Nothing, on a record, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Do you two split time between L.A. and Vancouver? When you're not on the road, obviously?
Well, we're back in Vancouver now. We're still maybe looking at going back to L.A. I loved it there, but, Vancouver is so nice. I don't know if I could live anywhere else in Vancouver. It's always been my home, and I love it there. And where we live now, it's just beautiful. And I actually missed it. I had a dream last night that I was almost in Vancouver, and there was this bridge, and all I had to do was cross this bridge to get home. And then while I was walking over the bridge was collapsing, and I woke up, and I was like, what does that mean?
You got to go home.
I want to go home.
How's the new kid behind the kit? He's pretty close to Winnipeg. He's from Stonewall.
Joe Danino's awesome. He's a great drummer, and he can sing great, and that's why we picked him up, because we really wanted to make sure that we had a guy doing great backup vocals and doing all those high harmonies. So, and he's pulling it off.
You guys have a little bit in common, because I guess Delta is just outside Vancouver where you grew up, and Stonewall's the same sort of thing with Winnipeg. Any country stories that kind of overlap?
Not yet. But unfortunately, he's getting picked on a lot. Playing a lot of pranks on him, which is pretty funny. My guitar tech is his bunk in the bus. He's put caution tape over the whole thing and wrapped his whole pillow in caution tape and closed the blind, so when he opened it, it was all this caution tape. And he put all this strawberry shortcake wallpaper in his bunk. It's pretty good.
Now, you're kind of known for writing the breakup tunes, but one thing I didn't realize that you've been, married to a hot actress for years.
Yeah, I just like writing breakup songs for some stupid reason.
Bad relationships in the past?
Here and there, but I think some of it probably stems from a broken home, kind of growing up, and my mom, leaving us behind. Probably stemmed a lot of that subconscious songwriting about the girl leaving. It probably ended up turning out to be my mom leaving my dad. Goes to show you how much those scars that still appear years later,
Rolling Stone, I guess, had given you a review, called you, was it a callous bastard or something along those lines?
Yeah, I was on the first record. I don't know if they meant that in a good way. I don't know, and it's probably due to how, the content of the songwriting.
Well, callous would mean that you don't necessarily feel, but your music is a lot about going through terrible things, and you're talking about your feelings.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with what they said, I guess. I'm not really numb. I think I'm writing songs with a lot of emotion, so especially on this new record, too. There's some songs on there like All or Nothing and Wait for Me, Got It Made, 7 songs that are, not about breakups. Songs that are kind of fun or about missing people or uplifting songs. So, I kind of broken out of that mold, I guess.
There's one song, I guess it's going to be the next single, Bad Girlfriend. Who's the dick magnet in that?
That's my wife.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I first met her, she was this bar star. I met her at this club in Vancouver that me and Chad used to always go and party, and she was one of these girls who used to hang out there all the time and party it up, and she was crazy, and so I just wrote a song about her.
And then what does she think of this?
She loves it. It's great.
All right. Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you when you come into town.
Awesome, dude. We'll see you then.
All the interviews you want on iTunes and at Power97.com. Casey's Audio Vault.
Casey Norman is Power 97's music director and can be heard every weekday from 2 till 6 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Power 97 is Winnipeg's best rock.